Welcome back to another Q&A session. This is a weekly episode, so if you guys do have any SEO or business related questions, feel free to drop them down below. Hey, very quickly, if you are struggling ranking your website on Google, maybe you are an e-commerce store trying to get more sales, or potentially you might even be a local business trying to generate more leads for your company, check the link down below. I have helped businesses rank higher than the Google logo. Okay, that might have been a slight lie, but if you are looking to consistently grow your revenue month on month, check the link down below, fill in the form, see if my team can help you. Right, back to the video. So getting into it, last week we have got a question from Snickers8807. Question for the Q&A: what do you think of Corey's approach using question format for the H2s? How do you decide on the H2 format and different article types? For example, does it make sense to use the question format for all H2s in a review article? So what I have seen on this is I've seen a mixture of potentially doing H phrase for the actual question and then actually having a properly formatted paragraph underneath. So you can definitely try different subheading levels. Another format that I have seen is like commonly asked questions about running shoes. That would be like the H2, and then you would have multiple different H phrase underneath that, and then you would have the answer underneath all of the subheadings as well. So you could go down that strategy, and that works well. What I would be looking to do is just test it out. There isn't a right or wrong. What I would say is if Corey has mentioned that, he does do a lot of testing. So if he's mentioned it, he's probably got a theory to back that up. So if he's saying that a certain strategy or a certain formatting of the Q&As work well, I would probably go down that route. So then we have Travel Ravi, and he's talking about exact match domains and how you can get branded searches. So yeah, that is one thing to bear in mind with exact match domains. If Google does penalize your website for the exact keyword, you end up losing all of that exact match traffic or that exact match branded searches. So just bear that in mind when you going down that strategy. So then we have got Dan, and he has asked us, when you do your research on Reddit and you find a topic, how long should that article be? 500 to 600 words? And no. The correct answer is that it depends. So what I mean by that is that there isn't a correct set that I can say, hey, go and write 652 words and you're going to rank at the top of Google. That's not actually the case. What I would look to do is look at your competitors, see how many words they have on that certain subject. If there is no competitors, you can always get a good guidance of actually starting to write the actual article and seeing how long it takes you to spit out the answer. In some cases it might be 200 words, in some cases it might be 2,000 words, depending on the question that you are actually trying to answer. Like for example, if you are writing an article on how to land a spaceship on Mars, that's probably going to be a 6,000 word article, or it might be even longer. But if you're doing an article on how to tie your shoelace, that's not going to take you that long on actually answering the question. So just bear that in mind when you are doing any articles like that. It solely does depend on the actual keyword. So then we have got Snickers8807. Thanks for the tips, especially the one about getting links from a page that mentions your brand in the H1. Going to implement it. Great stuff. If you need video ideas, exact match domains, ranking tips are always welcome. These are surprisingly little information. Yeah, I do agree there isn't many people talking about exact match domains. So then we have got Yannick. I hope I've pronounced that right. Is there a free tool to find keywords or niche opportunities for a given language? I believe you can definitely use SE ranking. Let me just check. Google.com SE ranking. They have got a free plan. I'm not certain how in-depth that plan is. Check out SE ranking. Check out Magnuls, I believe they're called. Those two are probably your best bets. They do give quite a lot away for free. But if I'm being honest with you, I would probably just go down the route of probably buying Ahrefs if you can, or looking at SEMrush. Those are my go-to two options, and they do quite a good job. So the next question we have is, did I miss something? Exact match domains getting penalized by Google? So yes and no. With the recent Google algorithm leaks, basically what ended up happening is that they have got a way to identify if an exact match domain is an exact match domain, and they have a little bit less weight. But that being said, they still do perform well from a lot of test data that I have seen. So thank you for that answer. So the very last question is, getting traffic from Quora and Reddit would be interesting too. If I'm honest with you guys, I'm not that clued up on Quora and Reddit. There are obviously other channels that are talking about Quora and Reddit and acquiring that type of traffic. What I typically like to talk about is actual test data that I have seen that works. Whereas with Reddit and Quora, I just don't have that much testing on those. Like, I don't even think I've got a Quora account. So the last thing I want to be giving you guys is advice that I don't have 100% facts on. So that being said, I'm probably not the best person to speak about Reddit and Quora, but there are definitely other channels out there that speak about it. So now we have got some Twitter questions as well. So the first Twitter question that I have selected is, how many articles do I need to gain topical authority? Now, again, this comes down to what you are actually discussing on your website. There isn't a set number to say you need 300 articles every single time and you're going to gain topical authority, because that actually isn't the case. There's a lot of gambling websites, for example, that have got thousands of articles live on their website, but then on the other side of it, there's some smaller gambling sites that they've only spoke about 100 articles on their website. So it comes down to how deep you want to actually go in within the topic. So that's a few things to bear in mind. It is very much not just niche dependent, but also how much of a content hub you want your website to be seen as. Because I'm telling you now, I've seen gambling sites rank very, very well with just 100 or a couple hundred articles, but I've also seen gambling sites rank super well with thousands of articles. So again, it kind of just pick your battle in that sense. Then we have got another question. What are some Google Business image tricks? And this is quite a good one. So one thing that I would recommend is geotagging your images if you aren't already doing that. So basically putting in the actual location where the image was taken prior to even uploading the image. You then have got obviously renaming the file of the image. So a lot of people might just upload the image straight from their DSLR or their phone. What I would recommend is just take a step before that and actually rename the file. So if, say for example, we are in a doctor's clinic right now, taking a couple photos, dragging the photos over to your computer, renaming the photos, and then uploading the actual photos. Do that with your videos as well, and that will help a big time as well. And an added bonus to all of this as well is if you can get your customers uploading photos and videos, that goes a long way as well. And the next question is building high DR backlinks helpful for my website? And the simple answer is no, because in some cases DR can be easily manipulated. I actually spoke about this in a recent presentation that I've done in Estonia actually. But if we actually go over to Fiverr, you can literally just search DR increase and you have got a lot of campaigns that will increase the DR or the DA of a website. So DR isn't a beyond and end all metric. It's not even looked at by Google. There are a lot of websites that have got close to zero DR and they rank for hundreds and thousands of keywords and they get quite a lot of traffic every single month. So just bear that in mind. DR can be manipulated. It isn't a metric that Google looks at. Same goes with domain authority, which I believe that's what SEMrush uses, and same goes with Moz as well. So just bear that in mind when you are looking at some of these links. In some cases, there are people that will reach out to you and they will be trying to sell you a $300 backlink. And that backlink, first of all, it's just a guest post farm, which it will probably have a negative impact on your website. It's not going to have a positive impact. And then second of all, the sole purpose of that website is they've built that website to essentially scam people into purchasing a link off that, thinking it's going to have a positive impact or a positive ROI on their SEO campaign. So just bear that in mind when you are getting pitched some of these backlinks. They aren't actually doing your website any favors, so just bear that in mind. But that has been all of the questions and answers. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like, and also remember to leave a comment down below. And as always, if you guys do want a free 15-minute growth strategy call with myself, make sure to check the link down below or check out casualdash.com. Thanks.